What is up, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. Panda here, and today I bring you a little bit of a different video. Today we're playing a new 5v5 game with the Disney IP called Disney's Sorcerer's Arena. I saw this game maybe about a week and a half ago, I think is when it went live global, and I looked at it and I just thought, you know, it looks like a fun game, but I was just so ingrained in the current games I was playing that I didn't give it a shot, and I should have. And so I finally decided to download the game and give it a try, and guys, it is phenomenal. If you guys like 5v5 games, if you guys like mobile games in general, if you guys like Disney, if you grew up in the 90s like I did in the early 2000s, 90s to early 2000s, right around that time, a lot of these characters are going to be amazing. So I want to start off by just looking at all of the characters you have access to, and then I'll give you maybe a couple tips and tricks I've picked up in this first video. And if you guys liked this video and you want to see more content by it, let me know and I'll go further in depth. So the first thing here, you actually start out with some really interesting characters. You start out with Aladdin, Ariel, Sorcerer Mickey, Buzz, and Sully. And then you also start with Demona, Hook, Gaston, and Yzma. The rest of the characters you see here I have unlocked through different modes and things like that. But there are tons of other characters like Elastigirl and Merida, Shan Yu, and Genie. If you go down even further, you have Jack Sparrow and Oogie Boogie. Like, what? That's amazing. Judy Hopps, Tinkerbell, Big Bad Wolf, Woody, of course, Zurg, Hades, Jack Skellington, Dr. Facilier. I mean, there's just so many cool characters. Scrooge McDuck and Sally. I'm loving it. There's so many awesome characters that you can collect in this game, and I'm super excited to collect them all over, you know, the next couple months. If you guys have ever played Marvel Strike Force, this is a very similar style game where you have nodes that you can collect shards from. You have gear that you upgrade, and when you get all of that gear upgraded, you can move to the next gear tier, and it's a lot of fun overall. There's a bunch of different game modes. There's always something to do. There is the Sorcerer's Tournament, which is a 5v5 PvP mode, as you can see here. They have the Towers of Endurance, which is not like your typical towers. You know, there is, you know, you go up each stage, but once you've completed it, you're done. But they do require specific characters. So, like, for example, in order to beat this node, I can only take in downtown characters. So they have to have the downtown tag in order to go into this tower. And then Kingdom and Oceanic, Downtown and Wilds, and then all affinities. I don't know if that means you have to have one of each or whatnot, but you get some really awesome rewards there. Then, of course, you have your daily summoners challenges. You come in here and you can just fight through these to get rewards. And then you have your club conquest. This is basically like a guild war. You join a club or your guild, and you come in here and you fight through different enemies. This one's over already. There's almost 9 hours until all the rewards are gathered and stuff, but my guild is pretty strong. I got pretty lucky, I think, when I joined a guild. I joined a random guild that I saw was almost full, and is apparently pretty strong, so works for me. But then, of course, you have the club dungeon as well, and this is a dungeon that you go through with your, it's sort of like it's kind of like a guild boss, but it's split up into different nodes, and they get harder and harder as you go, and then you have to select the correct door afterwards. And once you select the correct door, then that door will stay open for the rest of your guild. So it's kind of cool. You know, kind of work together in a sort of like a guild boss kind of sense. This is the club section, though. Clubs are incredibly important. You definitely need to join a club as soon as possible. If you guys have a lot of interest in the game and you guys want to create a club, I would gladly do that. But for now, I'm in a very strong club. I really like this, so I'm not going to start one right away. But if I get, 50 people at least, that are interested in making a club, then I will contemplate making a club for this game. If not, I'm definitely just going to stay in this guild that I'm in currently because, like I said, it is very strong. But as you can see, you can request gear, and people can donate that gear to you. Another thing that I really like this is you can actually request energy. So for example, if I go back over here, you can see that my energy is low, and I click this, I can request energy right here. I've already claimed this energy, so I can't do that, but here I can request grand energy, and then people can go into the club, come here, and they can go here, and you can see a rescue panda is requesting grand energy, and then someone just has to come in and click it. You don't give it up, you just have to click it that you're giving it away. It's a really interesting system. I really like it. It allows for clubs to be super generous. Again, you can only do the energy once per day, so it's not abusable. You can't just request energy all day and get 10 energy from every 50 member. But it is very interesting. I really like it. You of course have an exchange shop as well, which you can come in here and buy. Like I can buy this tiny feather broom for 20,000 golds. You can come in here and spend stuff on different hero shards. For this though, most people recommend that you buy gear before you buy the hero shards, because most of these hero shards are farmable, so not very useful. Here is more hero shards. This is where you're going to get a lot of your really top tier heroes like Hades, Shan Yu, Mordu, Dr. Facilier, are all very strong mid to late game units. Shan Yu is probably the most important one, simply because he is a kingdom unit. Which you come over here, you'll see he's a kingdom unit, and he has a leader that increases speed of kingdom units. So he is definitely a very strong hero to get. If you guys like this, again, I will do more guides giving you guys sort of like a in-depth look at who to go for first, what team to build, etc. But there's all sorts of different things. This game does have a couple pay options. I play free to play, so I'm going to go over them so you guys kind of have a feeling. If you guys are dolphins or whales, I don't judge. You guys can check it out. There is a pass holder. These pass holders actually give very good rewards. As you can see, you get pretty decent rewards overall. 50 diamonds here, 25 diamonds here, a lot of gold. That's like, what, 600,000 already. But you also get hero shards. You can see here you get a Manticore hero shard, another Manticore, another Manticore, a Manticore, 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 Manticore. Like, you get a lot of hero shards. Here you actually get 10 barley and 10 Ian as well, so you actually get pretty good value out of this. It is only $10. I would say if you are a dolphin, this is probably worth getting, because it does give you a pretty decent amount of rewards. The second option you have is actually becoming a VIP. You can purchase this here and you get a lot of very powerful things. For example, you get an additional 10 energy per refresh. You can do all of your challenges instantly, which just saves you time. You get additional attempts in both the elite nodes and the club dungeon. You also get a 3 times battle speed. However, 2 times battle speed is in the game. That is not locked behind a function. The 3 times just allows you to go a little bit faster. One of the things I really like about this game as well is actually this function down here. You have 10 chests you can get a day that will give you diamonds. I believe it's 3 diamonds each or 2 diamonds each, roughly, is what I've gotten from these. I don't remember if it's 2 or 3. So you can get 20 to 30 gems there. And if you also come over here, you can do these ads right here, which gives you another 9 gems. So you can get roughly, I want to say the other ones are 2, but it might be 3. We'll say it's 2. You can get roughly 30 to 40 gems a day for free, which is pretty phenomenal. And it only takes a couple minutes to, just sit there and, grab all your stuff. Basically, it's not super super difficult. But it is a lot of fun. I want to show you guys a little bit of the combat, so we're going to go ahead and go into, let's say, we'll just go into the Heroes campaign here, because Heroes is my my main the main thing that I'm using right now. I don't know if I can beat this stage, but we're going to, oh, I don't have any energy. Rest in pieces. Here, let's just find, here we go. This only costs 8 energy, so we can fight in this one for sure. So this is the team that I am currently running. Where is it? We're gonna swap this for this. So this is the team that we're currently running. Aladdin and Jasmine have very strong synergy together. Anger is just a really strong AoE damage dealer and single target damage dealer. When he drops below 50% health, he does a big AoE on the enemy. And then Ariel is a healer. And then these 3 units in the middle, Ariel, Jasmine, and Mulan, are all princess tags, and have some pretty decent synergy. One of the things I like about this game that makes it a little bit different than other 5v5 games is they have a spell system. So you can have 2 spells. If you looked on the right hand side of the screen, you would have seen them. I had a little dude on a motorcycle, that's Duke Kaboom from Toy Story. And then the other one was this little jack-o'-lantern right here, the Headless Horseman. And it's actually a really interesting system. I really like it. So we'll just go ahead and go in here. So as you can see, it's just the simple, everyone takes a turn, you get your abilities, you use your abilities. So I tend to just try to use my AoE to clear as many things as possible, and, you know, just kind of move my way through the stages, you know, as fast as I can, pretty much. So you can see we go through, and there's 3 stages here. So we have our next stage here. We'll use Aladdin to do some big damage here. Fortunately, we didn't quite kill him, but we should be able to take him out there. But it's a lot of fun. I'm really enjoying it. There's a lot of interesting mechanics. I really like this mechanic right here. I can summon a Raja, which is a taunter, which is really, really nice for a team that doesn't really have a tank, because this team doesn't really have a tank that it runs with at the moment, and it doesn't really get a tank either, because eventually you're going to replace Anger with Shan Yu, which is a very strong unit but isn't a tank, so it doesn't really play that role of tank. However, the Raja summon is pretty good. Once you upgrade her skill, the Raja actually spawns with a defense boost, which helps a lot as well. I would assume, at least. Again, I don't know, but I would assume that getting a defense boost is like a defense boost in every other game. So it's a lot of fun. So this is the part I like the most. When you use these skills, it doesn't actually take up a turn, which is really, really powerful. So I'm going to use this here, and then it'll still be my Aladdin's turn, which is phenomenal. So now I can use my Aladdin's AoE skill, and then we can use the Headless Horseman AoE skill, and then we can take out the gargoyle there. We can take out the gargoyle here. And then we can take out the gargoyle there, and then we can, oh, not quite take it out, almost take out the last little dog there. So it's a pretty interesting combat system. The spells make things a little more interesting. You have to think of, like, oh, well, do I want to use my spell now, or would I rather use this ability and then use my spell on the next turn? But overall, it's a lot of fun. I'm enjoying it. It's a really good side game as well. For a lot of people, especially if you're on this channel, your main game is probably Knighthood, and so this is a kind of game where you can log on, you know, maybe twice a day, spend all your energy, do all your dailies, get stuff done, and then not worry about it again, but still see some good progress. The last thing I want to talk about is the event system. So this game is very highly specific to events. As you can see here, you have 3 events. There's actually a 4th event that is on right now, but I have cleared it already, and that's just the Aladdin event. So you actually get Aladdin through doing that event. Once you clear it, it's gone. So you have the Elastigirl event, which is always up. You just have to come in here and get to certain requirements, and then you complete it. Eventually, it will go away. So once I reach character level 30, and I have a bunch of 3-star units that are, you know, roughly gear tier 3, I'll be able to go in and finish this last event. But you have two different like styles, I guess you could say, of events so far. The first one is this style where you just have 2 entrances a day, and you get a certain number of shards from completing the different events that you do. And it stays around for a while, and you just build up shards as you go. And normally this one right here requires 1 character to enter, and then it gives you a second character, and then this one, I'm sorry, the second one, this one right here is the one that requires the first character, and it gives you the second character. And then the third mode here requires both of those characters and will give you the third character. And then that's when you'll also start getting the coins, which allow you to open up these chests here. So it's a very interesting event system. It's interesting, I guess, is the only other way to say. Then you have this kind here, which is similar, but it's a little bit different, and the difference is you don't farm it, you just do them as you go through, and you'll just get the rewards a single time every time you go in. But it does still, like this one requires just Aladdin, and then when you come over here, this requires Aladdin and Jasmine. And then this one requires Aladdin and Jasmine, and then eventually also requires Genie, which you get from, which you get from this mode here. You can see you get 15 Genie shards here, which puts me to 35, and then another 15, which will put you to 50. And then you can get 5 more from the last one. So it's a very interesting, I really like it, but however, these are very specific. You need to get these events done. Events are top tier priority. But guys, that's pretty much everything I wanted to talk about today for Disney's Sorcerer Arena. If you liked the video, please hit the like button. If you didn't like it, hit the dislike button. That's what it's there for. I want to know if you guys like this video, if you guys like this game, and if you want to see more content for it. I know that I primarily make knighthood content, and don't worry, this is not going to come in the way of knighthood content. It's going to be like a maybe once a week, twice a week kind of thing. Hopefully maybe even as an additional video. We'll see what happens. But I just want to have some more content on the channel. So if you guys like it, please leave a comment down below saying make more DSA content, or be honest too and say, you know what, we really just like knighthood content. That works too. If there's another game that you want to see me cover on the channel as well, leave that in the comment section down below. I'm always looking for new games to play. But I think that's about it. So make sure you hit that sub button and the notification bell to see when all my content goes live. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Enjoy the end screen. Peace.